So, INFJs, right? People see them as mysterious, introverted, deep thinkers, the whole shebang. But what they don't get is these guys go through some seriously unexpected phases. Phases that, let me tell you, not many people get. These phases, they're all about the hidden struggles, the growth, the whole shebang. So today's video, we're diving into like 8 unexpected stages every INFJ goes through. And trust me, some of these, total curveballs. Stick around, find out what they are, and why they're like totally crucial for any INFJ trying to figure their own selves out. So first things first, we got the masking stage, where you hide who you really are, like you're auditioning for a spy movie or something. See, the first act for every INFJ is usually this masking bit. INFJs, they're like super intuitive, real empaths, you know? And when they're younger, they tend to hide who they really are so they can fit in, like trying to squeeze a square peg into a round hole. They might think their deep thoughts and feelings make them stick out too much, so they change to blend in with what everyone else expects. Whether it's school, work, or relationships, INFJs might keep their real selves under wraps, so they don't get misunderstood or left out. It's uncomfortable, this part, because INFJs are trying to be real, but also want everyone to like them. It's the first step in figuring themselves out, learning how to balance who they are with how the world sees them. But don't worry, they'll eventually ditch the math. Secondly, we got the awakening stage. You know, when you figure out you're not like the other schmucks. So I call this one the awakening stage. After spending years trying to fit in, the INFJs of the world finally figure out they're different from everyone else. And that changes everything, you know? This is when they start to get that their sensitivity, their so-called intuition, and all that depth ain't flaws, but strengths. They start to embrace the fact that they're unique and maybe even feel like outsiders in a world that just doesn't get them. It's empowering, sure, but it also comes with the challenge of actually accepting your own individuality in a society that wants everyone to be the same. It's when they actually start exploring their authentic self, and that can be both great and absolutely terrifying. Thirdly, the old crisis of confidence bit, doubting your purpose. So after embracing their uniqueness, INFJs, they often hit this crisis of confidence stage, right? Where they start doubting their purpose, their place in the world. See, INFJs, they're visionaries, big dreamers, they want to make a meaningful impact, but sometimes they feel like they're not living up to their own hype, or that their dreams, too idealistic. This crisis, it leads to some deep self-reflection, questioning if they're even on the right path, or if their whole desire for authenticity is just holding them back. It's a phase where they struggle with self-worth, wondering if they are doing enough to create the changes they envision. But this stage is also necessary. It's a wake-up call that pushes INFJs to reevaluate their goals and refine their purpose. Fourthly, the quiet rebellion, or as I like to call it, the I can't even phase. So the next act in this circus is what I've dubbed the quiet rebellion stage. Picture this. Our INFJs, they're starting to feel like they're trapped in a rom-com they didn't audition for, right? They get fed up with the societal jazz, especially in the 9-to-5 grind or the awkward family reunions. And they start giving the finger to the old playbook that never made any damn sense to them. But instead of staging a full-blown Broadway protest, they go rogue on the low, seeking out gigs or lifestyles that don't make them want to scream into a pillow. I'm talking careers that actually align with their souls, even if it's, something your grandma wouldn't understand. Maybe they ditch the soul-crushing job, or the dud of a relationship, or just start questioning everything. The INFJs finally figure out that being real is way more important than fitting into those oh-so-stylish little boxes. It's a phase of going solo, trusting their gut feelings and their own moral compass, instead of listening to what society tells them is normal. Whoa, groundbreaking, right? Fifthly, the isolation, leave me alone stage, retreating like a turtle to reconnect with themselves. So, get this. As INFJs explore their oh-so-authentic selves and rebel against, societal norms, they often enter the isolation stage. But don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean they're withdrawing from the world because they're all negative. It's actually a necessary retreat. See, INFJs crave these deep connections, but they can only offer this when they're mentally and emotionally whole. So they isolate themselves from time to time to recharge, reflect, and get clear on their next steps. And during this stage, they might take breaks from friends, family, social obligations, the whole shebang to reconnect with their inner self and regain their energy. They're not running away from people, they're running toward themselves. It's a period of reflection and self-care that ultimately prepares them for the next stage of their growth. Can you believe that? Sixthly, the empathy overload stage, because apparently we're not miserable enough on our own, we gotta soak up everyone else's feelings too. INFJs, yeah, their empathy, supposedly their superpower, but surprise, surprise, it's also their kryptonite. They start morphing into emotional sponges, soaking up everyone's drama like it's a spilled latte. And what happens? They're drowning in feels. Suddenly, they're drained, stressed, anxious, the whole shebang. It's like, hey, maybe I shouldn't be the designated therapist for the entire planet. It's a freaking wake-up call to set some boundaries, learn to say no without needing a guilt trip. So they start acting weird, distant, building emotional walls higher than Trump's. It's their way of saying, back off world, I need a freaking minute. This stage, crucial, helps them figure out they can't save the world without saving themselves first. All right, settle down folks, we got one more, yeah? The empowered visionary stage, where they finally step into, get this, their true power. Now, this final stage, and believe me, it's a doozy, it's where the magic supposedly happens, the empowered visionary stage. So, after navigating the garbage and growing through all those oh-so-fun phases, the INFJ starts to, embrace their true, full potential. And this is when the INFJ becomes unstoppable. They stop with the doubting, stop second-guessing their goals, and finally, fully embrace the power of their visionary thinking. No longer burdened by past whatever or the need for anyone else's okay, they understand that their idealism is not a weakness. It's a freaking superpower. What makes this stage so profound, and I use that word loosely, is that INFJs realize their ability to transform the world around them. Whether they're creating art, leading others, or starting a movement, they stop holding back. They tap into the visionary side of themselves, the part of them that sees the bigger picture and understands the potential for change. INFJs know they have something valuable to offer, a unique perspective that not only challenges the status quo, but elevates it. Yeah, tell that to the judge. But get this stage ain't just about climbing the corporate ladder or getting a pat on the back. It's about finding your zen, INFJs finally chill out and make peace with their own weirdness. I mean, they've been learning, growing, questioning, and pushing themselves for years. Now, they're cool with who they are and what they're doing. It's like they finally get their own worth and use it to help others. They become leaders, not because they're power hungry, but because they got a vision and they're real. People dig that clarity, that passion, the way they see things. In this empowered visionary phase, INFJs stop asking for permission to be awesome. They don't need a gold star anymore. They know their path, even if it's a bumpy ride, is where they're supposed to be. And when they finally own it, they start making the kind of difference they always wanted. It's like they're not just watching life go by, they're actually making stuff happen, confident they can shake things up. This whole stage is about embracing your inner superhero. It's when INFJs realize their journey wasn't just about finding themselves, it was about becoming who they were always meant to be. And when that happens, they shine, baby, brighter than ever. They're totally in sync with their thing, ready to leave a mark on the world. So there you have it, 8 unexpected stages every INFJ goes through. You might have gone through some of these phases yourself, so drop a comment below and share your experience. If you're not an INFJ, now you have a glimpse into the challenges and triumphs of this rare personality type. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who needs to understand the INFJ journey better.